Welcome to the GRE test prep course, Ask the Professor, brought to you by TurboTest. And today we are looking at the verbal section of the GRE test, Sentence Equivalence. As you probably already know, I am Professor Konstantine Onapolous, and I'll be your instructor. For the first question that was brought to us for the Ask the Professor, it says, Augustine's Sylvain sketches evoke a blank in the viewer that echoes the very repose during which the artist himself rendered those woodland scenes. Right. So the first step always with the sentence equivalency and the sentence completion is to try to figure out what you would put in here, what word. Without looking at the list, you try to come up with a word or a concept that would fit in here. And then you go and look at the list. The other thing you have to remember is on this list, the words that go in here have to be synonymous with each other because the sentence has to mean the same thing after you plug in the two different words. So if you find a word that works great, but there's no synonym to it, then it's not the right word, obviously. So again, Augustine's Woman sketches invoke a blank in the viewer. Invoke, so we're looking for something of a feeling that the person would have. So weariness, contemplativeness, tranquility, mistrust, serenity. So if we look at words that fit, there's not really a synonym for weariness or contemplativeness, or mistrust might work with weariness, but again, it's not very good. But look at tranquility and serenity. Not only are they synonyms of each other, but look at the rest of this. In the viewer that echoes the very repose, the rest, the relaxation, the tranquility, and the serenity, the repose. They all work together. So the obvious answers here should be C and E. Let's see what the next question was. That Alexander languished for many years in a Siberian prison camp can perhaps account for the tone blank of many of his novels. So if we're thinking about someone who is languished in a prison camp in Siberia, the tone would probably tie into something that's bleak, that's not very warm or welcoming. So right away, we see the word bleak, which fits because that would be a quick guess right off the top of the concept here. And if we look at languish, we remember that the word languish means to suffer from being in an unpleasant place, right? As used in this context here. So obviously, if a person is in a Siberian prison camp, they are languishing. So we are looking for the opposite, which would be bleak. All right. So then if we go ahead and we look through here, sentimental, content, persistent, grim. Bleak and grim are the two synonyms. So obviously, E would be our other choice. All right, as always, remember, if you have any questions or you need to get a hold of somebody at TurboTest, it's connect@turbotest.com.